grid.
The narration.
Bum 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 bum. Tron.
Roll light cycles.
There are these disc battles fought in spectacular arenas and cycles that raced on ribbons of light.
Well, as spectacular as 1982 computer and backlit animation would allow.
And I called him Clue.
Well, Avatar. You created an avatar. Also, this exposition works perfectly as a bedtime story because it's guaranteed to put us all to sleep.
That'll have to wait till next time.
You're good with waiting 20 years, right?
We're always on the same team.
Whoa, creepy CG youngification alert. I guess even bridges can't span the uncanny valley.
Encom CEO and video game icon Kevin Flynn has disappeared.
Good grief, is this entire movie exposition? Not even 5 minutes in, and we follow a full minute of bedtime story with another full 2 minutes of television ghost graveyard news broadcast to jam even more knowledge into your brain space.
He was best known for designing Tron and Space Paranoids, the two best-selling video games in history.
Clearly, Cool Spot did not exist in this universe.
The future of Encom will most likely depend on what becomes of this now orphaned little boy.
Now orphaned? Seriously? I know news reporters can be harsh, but Jesus. And it's not like he's Annie, living the hard knock life. He's sitting on a fortune and probably being spoiled by his grandparents. Also, Encom has a board of directors who can make all the hard decisions over the years it takes young Sam to grow into country strong. This isn't the first company who's lost its CEO and had to function in this way. Didn't this movie see Batman Begins? Luckily for Sam and the camera operator, these cars are perfectly spaced for Sam to bob and weave his motorcycle through. Is it too soon to take a sin off for this incredible Daft Punk score? Cause sweet damn, this is good stuff.
Now that is a big door.
Indeed, and if the entrance to the tower is worth protecting with that big a door, shouldn't there also be video surveillance? This works? So only the third floor had a camera in the stairs? Where's the logic in that? Also, I don't care if Sam's been hitting Planet Fitness for years. There's no way he's still going that fast after 60 flights of stairs in jeans, a leather jacket, and wearing a parachute backpack.
Sure, it comes as no surprise who we have to thank. A man whose father's own notable history with Encom helped make this company what it is today. Edward Dillinger.
Actually, this should come as a huge surprise. When Flynn went AWOL, I'm sure they had to scramble and get some new blood in to make sure the company didn't flounder. But they got back in bed with the Dillinger family? Daddy Dillinger was the guy who only had his job because he ripped off Flynn and then almost brought the company down with this MCP bull. There weren't any capable software engineers available that didn't have such shady connections. Also, the movie wastes a perfectly good Cillian Murphy by not making him the bad guy, or even having him in the rest of the movie.
Given the prices that we charge to students.
Man, this dude discount Michael Douglas's so hard that I had to look that up to confirm it's not him.
OS 12 is the most secure operating system ever released. The idea of sharing our software or giving it away for free disappeared with Kevin Flynn.
Man, we're able to squeeze a massive amount of condescending dickishness into one scene.
Where are you gonna run to now? Hey, you don't want to do that!
Especially considering you were right when you said he had nowhere to run. The security guard's balance beam routine is not only unlikely and unsafe, it's completely unnecessary.
What the? Hey! No behind!
What kind of psychopath is driving this taxi? If someone lands on your vehicle for any reason, who speeds up and drives like a bat out of f***ing hell? Also, this might take place in 2010, but it sure as hell feels like it's using cab drivers from 1982.
Your message to the board was very clever.
Did you like that?
Huh?
That's Marv's idea.
This actually seems plausible, considering the dog is smart enough to unwrap the burger before eating it, instead of digging right in. Even though this area of town is super f***ing run down and abandoned all these years later, you're gonna tell me that no one ever sold or looted these arcade machines, and they still work?
Wait! I'm not a program!
Both movies tell us that these are the best and most sophisticated computer systems ever, but they can't immediately tell the difference between a user and a program. Digital upskirting. What's up with the weather and the grid? I realize we have to be dark and dour, but this ain't LA and Blade Runner. It's a completely digital fabrication and has no need for storms. Why are these fembots just staring and waiting? Is there a line in their code that programs for maximum creepiness? Man, sure was nice of Sam's opponent to wait and attack until after Sam was able to see that expositional deletion. They're polite but firm in this universe. What reason is given that Sam is so goddamn good at video games? At least 1982 Tron had a scene where Flynn beats the high score on a game. All we've seen Sam do is some computer hacking, base jumping, and motorcycle hijinksing. This scene, no matter how cool it may be, is definitely not earned. Sam is a disc to glass floors.
But I feel like I just got dumped on.
Why do I feel like Sam wouldn't last 2 goddamn seconds in this game, considering he's not only inexperienced in it, he's never been in the f***ing grid at all? The curious case of Benjamin Bridges.
What'd you do to him?
Same thing I'm going to do to you, user.
That's racist.
Greetings, program!
What exactly is this crowd? Is there an upper and lower middle class in the grid that scrounges together enough cash to finally take the family to the big game? Is tailgating involved? I mean, that's the movie I'd rather see.
Excellent words, sir. The crowd seemed quite energized.
It wasn't meant for them.
It was obviously meant for the movie audience, because this movie is much more interested in boring exposition than actual running.
Now this I can do.
Because he rides a motorcycle in the real world, we saw him hop one goddamn interstate ramp earlier, not compete in a death race involving toxic chemtrails.
Hey, we gotta work together. It's the only way.
But don't actually discuss the plan, just nod, split off, and hope for the best. Why is Sam still holding on to this light cycle baton if his now de-resolved friend had already grabbed it? Shouldn't he have let go, or was he planning on dragging him around by the arm? How did Sam get his disc back? Clue took it from him back at the control room. Did Tron just hand that back over to him?
Illegal combatant on the grid.
Man, Clue needs to upgrade to some better grid security. How did Cora even get near here?
Where are you taking me?
Patience, Sam Flynn. All your questions will be answered soon.
Yeah, but you could easily answer that one. Like just saying to meet someone would probably be sufficient.
Dinner soon. We'll talk then.
You can make actual food here? How's that possible? Why is that possible?
They were spectacular.
How the hell did they adjourn to the sitting room not only mid-story, but practically mid-sentence?
The possibilities of their root code, their digital DNA, disease, history, science, philosophy.
The screenwriters are clearly feeding Jeff Bridges random dictionary words to see which ones he can make sound most Lebowskian.
Biodigital jazz, man.
Nice try, dude, but people don't even know what regular jazz is, so your presentation's falling on deaf ears.
The ISOs, they were gonna be my gift to the world.
And movie's back to expositing again. I swear there's more of this movie told as exposition than actually shown as part of the story.
So what happened?
Clue happened.
In the foyer with the candlestick.
I tried to get back, but I couldn't get to the portal. It uses massive power and it can't stay open forever. It can only be open from the outside.
That seems like pretty important knowledge. Maybe you share it with at least one other person on the outside, like Alan, so you never get trapped in your own system?
With my disc, it's possible. And then what? Game over. The guy doesn't dig imperfection.
But how? Even though he's got a bunch of minions lined up, how is he for sure gonna take over the world? It's a decent army, but it's not even the size of, like, the NYPD.
Tell me, what brought you here? To the grid.
Disney's prime directive is to cash in on every last drop of nostalgia juice?
I didn't send any page. It was Clue. Clue sent that page. That's why you're here.
The more they try and use this page as the inciting incident, the less sense it makes. How did Clue even have Alan's number to get a call out to the pager? How did Clue know Alan and or Sam would even investigate or figure out how to get in the game? How did Clue even know what a f***ing pager is?
My gut's telling me that you don't want to be stuck in this place for eternity either.
That's quite a gut instinct, considering Wildstyle here hasn't even spoken once yet about what she wants or who she even is. He's basing this leap solely because she loves Jules Verne. If there's one thing that movies have taught us, it's that when introspection time comes, there's sure to be a nearby mirror.
How do I find him?
This is his sector.
And no other information. Man, I hope there's a foxy character that has somehow met Sam earlier today that'll guide him to the right place. Also, there's so much in this f***ing movie that's only partially explained. Like, there are discs on their back that are apparently both weapon and ID chips. But what exactly do they do? All I know is that it made Sam's eyes flash blue when he put it on about a half hour ago, and he hasn't even asked anyone why since. Look, I know we need to get everyone in place for the finale, but holy does this movie throw the f***ing shoots on any momentum it had during the second act. Movie prompts the sudden realization that I never wanted to have sex with multiple simulated programs until just now. What a couple punks.
The son of Flynn. Of all the innumerable possibilities, he has to walk into mine.
Why does everyone know Sam exists? If Flynn's biggest concern and reason he's still here is because he didn't want Clue getting out, then why would he give away any knowledge of his business or familial ties in the outside world? Also, what purpose did Castor serve in the original game? Was it like Grand Theft Auto, where instead of playing with discs or light cycles, you could just pick up hookers in Castor's club?
Libations for everybody!
Libations? And for everybody? Libations are specifically drinks for deity and gods. Maybe I could see why they would look at Sam in this light, but whomever the equivalent of Castor's norm is, can just stick to the cold Coors Light, thank you.
I'm Castor, your host.
Between this, Twilight, and Passengers, it's clear Michael Sheen could make a good living just stealing the shit out of middling sci-fi movies that star pretty people.
Thank you.
Jem. My name is Jem.
You know what's truly outrageous, Jem? That despite being told how dangerous the grid is, Flynn Jr. just keeps trusting every program he comes in contact with. Main antagonist and his posse systematically positioned to look more badass when appearing on the scene cliché. Okay, who made the decision for Tron to be turned into a growling man-beast? What did Clue even do to him to make this happen? King Jarvis. Metal apples, the go-to fruit of digital assholes grid-wide.
You are Clue. I am Clue. You will create the perfect system. I will create the perfect system.
Bing, bang, boom. Also, no wonder this didn't work out well. Flynn yada-yada'd through the important shit worse than John Hammond.
After the purge, I needed to reinvent myself.
I guess all the Uncle Sam, creepy skeleton, and neon horror masks were taken, so Castor Zeus went for an albino look.
But we're not here to relive the past,
Oh, my dear Zeus, that's unfortunately exactly why we're here.
and you'll need a forged disc. Not easy these days.
If you say so, discount albino matrix twin. The truth is, we know so little about how those discs work, it's almost like nonsense anyway. So, Agent Orange crashes through the roof and everyone panics, but the DJs are just like, oh, we totally have a groove for this. If the staff does the job, why waste time on kicks and punches?
The game has changed, son of Flynn!
Well, suck my disc, you son of a glitch, is what Flynn should have said. In the version of this movie where they realized they'd already gone so far off the rails that they might as well embrace it. Deus latex machina. Why is Flynn's sanity here just now stepping into this fight and using whatever these god powers are? He rode with Cora alright. If he can Neo this Matrix that hard, why not lead with it?
So what do we do now?
We do nothing. We do it your way. A full-on sprint to the portal.
Well, that escalated quickly.
If we beat Clue there, we have a chance.
But why didn't Clue leave for the portal the second that he got Flynn's disc? Why does he have to make a rousing speech? God, this is still technically a game, right? Aren't there rules?
This'll take us there.
Well, good thing whatever the this is was sitting right there ready to take off. Movie is doing a terrible job of helping us understand why getting to the portal is such an insurmountable task.
She's an ISO.
The last ISO.
Oh, right, an ISO. Of course. That would explain this much younger female live-in companion much better than what's been creeping me out for the last hour of this movie.
Now it's time for you to tell me a story.
Damn it, Flynn, no. Enough story time. This movie has more stories than the building formerly known as the Sears Tower.
Ice caps are melting. War in the Middle East. Lakers Celtics back at it.
No mention of Robert Pattinson and Kristen Stewart making it official, the beginning stages of One Direction, or the Lady Gaga meat dress. Why is Sam leaving out all the important events?
Should have seen this place back then. Couldn't wait to show it to you.
Man, I thought Flynn couldn't sound any more like a nostalgic hippie, but apparently I was wrong.
I'd have given it all up for one more day with you.
Jesus, Flynn's character arc is flimsier than a sheet of digital saran wrap. Wait, is that the Chrome logo on Zeus's forehead? I mean, bar owners do have to open multiple tabs, so I guess it makes sense.
Enjoy the drink. End of line, man.
How did Chrome Dome not see this double cross coming? And more importantly, why is he just standing here when it's obvious his building is about to blow up?
The sun?
Yeah.
I've never had to describe it before. Warm, radiant, beautiful.
And one of the few things that could wake you up after Garrett Hedlund's vocal cadence put you to sleep.
What is this?
Oh, just another unnecessary plot device that pads the runtime. Seriously, this needs a harsh f***ing editor. It's got cool ideas, great music, and excellent visuals, but it can't get out of its own way.
I've seen what users are capable of, Clue. You don't belong with them.
What exactly are users capable of doing? Playing Uncharted for 72 hours straight while ingesting ho-hos and Dr. Pepper?
For at this moment, the key to the next frontier is finally in our possession!
But it's closing up soon, right? So maybe cut the speech a little short or just nix it altogether.
He's taking all of this with him.
He's figured out how to do it.
Yes, because the disc thing is in the stand-up thing and the glowy lights are moving. And there's orange stripes and stuff. Every single light in this area is glowing orange except for the one our hero happens to need for camouflage. So that worked out nicely.
I'm not a program. My name is Sam Flynn.
Really, movie? There's been nothing but more philosophizing and story exposition for the last 25 minutes. But the second the action is about to get good, you pull the cut to the surprise guy in the other room hearing it happen routine. Not cool, man. Not cool at all.
Identify yourself.
I'm taking this vehicle.
You are not authorized. Right away, sir.
Huh. The Jedi mind trick has certainly evolved over the years.
Try and hold on to this. You're gonna need it.
Sure, Clue is coming after these assholes with a literal army, and the portal may close at any moment. They still definitely have time for what passes as witty banter in this movie.
Nice!
Sure, but couldn't she have just flown over it? Did he just give a subtle hand signal to another moving jet from 50 yards away? I got a hand signal for you, movie, but it's not exactly as subtle as that one.
I don't think this is a good idea!
So you've got a hotshot kid in the rear gunner chair in a space battle? I think what you mean to say is I've got a bad feeling about this.
Tron, what have you become?
I've been asking myself the same question for the last hour and 47 minutes.
It's over.
It's over!
In our dreams, Sam. In our dreams. Awesome! I guess we'll never know what the hell happened to this poor bastard, even though his character is the namesake of the franchise.
There it is. Take her down.
Hang on. This could be rough.
I guess every landing scene is required to include this dialogue, even though Cora has never flown this ship before or landed anywhere near the portal.
Had a feeling you'd be here!
And how is that exactly? They saw Tron take out Clue's ship, so how would he have gotten here?
No! You don't look so bad.
Well, maybe for 2010, but Flynn should try watching this movie now. As if this didn't borrow from a galaxy far, far away enough, she has an actual lightsaber? This twist is remarkable for being extremely obvious and somehow at the same time completely incomprehensible. Since when can you wear someone else's disc? Can someone please do an explainer on how this technology works?
Oh, and you were right.
About what?
About everything.
No, seriously, what exactly was he right about? We've been gridlocked for about 2 hours here, and I honestly can't remember what he said to you.
What's next, Sam?
I guess we're supposed to change the world.
How does Cora exist in the physical world? Where did her body come from? Can someone help me understand the mystery of Olivia Wilde's body?
Come on. I want to show you something.
Tell me he doesn't mean his Tron.
Oh, my back! The Grid, a digital frontier.
I regret nothing!
Death by stereo.
Biodigital jazz, man.
You like jazz?
What can I get for you?
What? You look like a whiskey man. Okay. We're in trouble. We're not supposed to be here.
Well, I won't tell if you don't.
Game over.
Game over, man. It's game over.
You are Clue. I am Clue. You will create the perfect system. I will create the perfect system.
Identity theft is not a joke, Jim. Millions of families suffer every year. Michael! Michael! Dance, magic dance. Dance, magic dance.